Welcome back to the Changing Earth podcast with author Sara F. Hathaway and co-host Chen Gibson. Blending survival fiction and fact to bring you entertaining education that will help you dream, survive, and thrive. And now, here's your host, Sara F. Hathaway and Chen Gibson.
Welcome to the Changing Earth podcast. I'm your host, Fletcher Hathaway, here with Chen Gibson. As you can tell, my mom, Sara Hathaway, isn't here right now, so I'm taking over.
Oh my, chin's up. Hold on, everybody.
Yep. Today, we're going to be covering what happens if the group gets split up when you're in a survival situation. You got your base camp, but you got something else you gotta do. You gotta go collect water, you gotta go collect food, you've got a rock slide blocking your path. You gotta send people to do stuff.
Nice. With the empty house get you thinking about that topic?
It did. It did. We actually made the huge mistake of not going over any plan before this. But I know generally where stuff is and know the plan. And I'll actually be touching on some of that.
Very good.
Yeah?
Let's dive in. Should be good.
First of all, you're going to need a plan in place. You can't have a plan without a plan. So, where are you meeting afterwards? If base camp's compromised, you can't come home, where is the second meeting place?
Alternates.
Yep. Alternates. It could be a foxhole, which is just a pit in the ground. Keep you safe. Keep you hidden. Abandoned buildings. Could be, this is not survival situation, but just having emergency, safe houses and a second location is good to have. It could be a restaurant, a bar.
Family member's house.
Family member's house.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you can't get to your house, where's everybody going to rally?
Where are we rallying?
Yep.
And having third, fourth, depending on situation.
Yeah, because you're going to want to know if something's blocking from the north, you're going to have to come east, west, or south. So, yeah, if you have multiple meetup locations. We
had the wildfires a lot back in California, and that we had to do that with a lot. Roads would get closed down because of wildfires, and roads closed to this path. What path are you taking to that meeting spot?
Yep. It's a lot better if you think of it ahead and plan it out ahead, instead of trying to just throw it together on the run.
Yes, very true. Having a plan's always helpful. And when you're there, you've gotten there to EMB's coming back, having a passcode for Are You Friendlies coming in. I'm not going to say our personal passcode, but
but it's like a statement, right? You say something and then the incoming person says something else, and their reply could tell you if they're under duress, if they're stressed, or if it's a normal condition of a reentry.
Yep. If they have hostiles trying to get you to open the gate.
You could say, if they say the word blue in the sentence, then it's not
exactly
not a good thing. But you don't want to tip your hat. So that's a good idea to plan out. This is what we're going to say. This is the question we're going to ask, and these are the replies.
Yep. Knowing where you're going, leaving communication signs in place if base camp is taken over, you have to leave. I know the hobo code is a solid,
oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard about that. It's like it's like writings on the walls and mailboxes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it'll tell if a man with a gun lives here. You can get food here.
Yeah.
and knowing a lot of those symbols and having your group symbols. So that way other people can't decipher your symbols. If you have to run on the fly, doing like, I'm going to the uncle's house, so I'm going to put a U on the wall.
Mm-hmm. To kind of mix it up a bit so they can't, anybody following you all that isn't part of the group wouldn't know exactly which direction to head.
Yeah.
You're not going to say, like, I'm going north up I-95.
No, but context clues and the sort.
Yeah.
Also, if you have two split groups, how are you keeping communication between those groups?
Oh, your mom would love to hear this because I always harass her about communications. So.
Oh, yeah.
Good on you. Bring it up.
I know you had us get the Baofangs, which great for communicating.
It's an entry into it.
It is, but
cheap way to get your feet wet.
We take those out when we're airsofting and stuff, and It allows us to like go on either side of the pond.
Yep.
If you don't have something like that, you can always have someone running messages between groups if you needed it, but you've got the time restraint to that. You could always throw up smoke signals. 2 puffs for yes, 1 puff for no.
Or some kind of flag or bandana or anything, you know?
Yep.
Put it on a string on a rock and throw it up into a tree.
Yep. Erica leaves the tears of her clothes.
Yep, I remember
going through the story, and Vince finds it.
Yep.
And so, keeping in contact between multiple groups like that, is key. Especially if that contact line goes dead, because then you know one group's compromised or something's going on with the other group.
Right. I've even heard of people using, arrows, you know? If you shot an arrow into a tree or something, depending on what the fletchings were, it would, what color you used.
How many notches you put in the arrow.
Yep. Just make sure you don't shoot your team member.
Yeah. And don't shoot it straight up.
Right. But yeah, I've heard of that being used too. That's a pretty cool idea. Because it's silent, right?
Yeah.
And you could shoot a distance too. So.
Yep. Mirrors for reflective.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
Surfaces. Hand gestures. Yep. Or even just full body gestures.
Do the Macarena, right?
Yeah. If I'm doing the Macarena on that ridge over there, you know something's going on.
Yeah. So that's your symbols and stuff, right?
Yep.
That was part of the hobo, and yep. And it'd probably be good like you were talking about planning out. It'd probably be good to have a little, like a cheat sheet of what you could do.
Of what, like, yeah.
But even that had to be kind of like if you had a little like index card in your wallet, but you don't want to spell it out. Just like a quick reminder of things, but I wouldn't want to spell it out because if somebody like was roughing you up and went through your wallet, you wouldn't want to say, U is for uncle, and we're going to this address.
And we're going here.
Yeah. But,
coded letters.
Yep.
Code break. The Enigma machine was, big in World War II, and our government still use codes.
Yeah, I've heard you can pass a book around, right? If it's got to be the same publishing.
Yeah.
Of the same book. But, and then you can pick like a page.
Yep.
Page number and line and so many words into it, and then you could spell stuff out by just a whole bunch of numbers on a page, on your little code sheet, and then like the first number is like whatever, second number is so you go like the chapter, the page, and kind of spell words out just by doing that.
Yeah.
If everybody just kept if you had a Bible or if you had a tour book or something, like your favorite novel, like The Changing Earth or something, everybody has the same release, then yeah, you could do it like that. I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Since we're a couple years apart on this, what do you think, like your age group? Do you think there's a lot of guys and girls your age that kind of think this way, or do you think it's more the parents dragging them into kind of planning for how to deal with adversity and disaster kind of situations?
I mean, I don't really think they're thinking about it as planning for prepping. It's, oh, this fun DIY project to can tomatoes. And so it's all of those.
But like forest fires, or like if a bunch of your friends went downtown to a concert and a riot broke out, would you guys, is it just like
most of them wouldn't,
or would it be like a plan? We're going to this arena and we, we're going to meet up at this gas station or this whatever.
Most people my age, I know I personally am the friend in the group who's like, okay, where are we meeting up after this? What's going on?
Yeah,
but like,
in case we get separated,
it's rare few.
Yeah.
Most aren't thinking like
hit
this.
Or miss whether my friends and I at that point in life would have planned ahead.
But yeah, most people my age I know aren't super planning, or are like, I have everything planned out, and if one thing goes wrong, my life's over.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of just don't know how to bob and weave.
Yeah.
They just kind of get paralyzed in because they don't have a plan. The plan keeps you just moving. It lets you move and react to a situation as if it wasn't the first time you're experiencing the situation, even if it is truly the first time you've gone through it. It's the first time you've got a forest fire. But if you've talked with the people that you hang with
and have it in place before,
what to do, what to bring, where to go, how to travel, then it's not as crazy an event.
Yes. I agree with that 100%.
And your talks about, like how to come back into a group and I know. So, we got this place up in the country now, and we heard yelling and screaming and screeching tires and stuff. So my buddy and I, we went down the road and just tried to make sure, nobody was like in trouble or anything. But then we were thinking like, oh crap, we're coming back, because we didn't drive because we didn't want to like announce ourselves, but our vehicle. So we kind of like walked down, and coming back, it's our two wives were sitting they went to the same house. We're sitting in the house together. It's like, we didn't do a plan for re-entry, because they could have got spooked.
Yeah.
That it was whatever was creating the commotion was coming into their house now. So we were like, should have planned that out a little better instead of just saying, hey, let's go check that out.
Instead of just, we're going to go check out this noise. And we're back.
Yeah. Don't shoot.
Don't shoot.
Yep. So that was a real life thing that happened, that we're like, that wasn't too smart.
Yeah. We have our whole, Sarah left off to California.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have chicken food, and like, that was fun.
Well, it just means you're grilling out more chicken.
Exactly. And here we had like, we're kind of civilized again.
Yeah.
First time I've ever been able to order delivery.
I'm the reverse. My wife's teleworking as well, like Sarah is, and her company had like a Grubhub,
Grub. Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
they had like a luncheon meeting, and anybody that was teleworking, they gave Grubhub coupon codes to.
Yeah.
But they don't deliver to where. So I had to be the Grubhub.
Yep.
I had to run and get it from the restaurant that was, accepting those coupons.
Okay.
So I'm the reverse of what you're experiencing now.
But it's crazy being in this close. First time in my life I've ever really been in this close to other people. And like, go to run the dogs, and Ragnar's taken off after one of the neighbors. Good thing we got the perimeter fence. Little electric perimeter.
Did it work?
It did.
Nice.
He doesn't go near that perimeter very often.
Yeah.
But he sure acts tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's good.
With them leaving, we had like the dogs. Shadow doesn't like when Mom leaves.
Yeah.
She's always so melancholy and overdramatic about it, and she won't eat, and she's... And with me, she's eaten. And so that's a plus.
There you go. Yeah, it's something now with like after 2 years of a lot of people teleworking, I think the pets are really now getting used to having their people around all the time. So I bet there's a lot of separation anxiety with a lot of pets now, as people are forced to go back into the office, or like whenever we leave, because the last 2 years we've been home all the time, and stuff, or you got to go to the store to get something. So the dog's been with us the whole time. So she had to get used to the fact that we might not take her everywhere we go anymore.
Yeah. Our dogs are just too big.
Yeah. Yep.
And with the whole 2 years, everything, the cats are probably ready to kill everyone.
Yeah, we don't have any cats.
Yeah.
If we get a cat, it'll be a barn cat. I'm not big on the... I mean, cats are cool, but I don't like them walking across my counter.
Yeah, you keep them fat. They're a good source of food come SHTF.
Well, there goes part of our listening. Recipes for cats. No, just joking.
Yeah, recipes for cats. I know medieval times they had recipes for rats.
Ugh. That's
Which,
yummy.
I'd have to be pretty desperate to eat a rat.
Mm-hmm. It's like squirrels, right?
Yeah.
Squirrels and gravy.
Squirrels, though.
Yeah. Just a furrier tail.
A little less disease.
Oh.
I think.
Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue. I haven't eaten either that I know of.
We had a friend who used to eat like squirrels and raccoons and stuff. I've never tried squirrel or raccoon.
Yeah, I'd try it, but
I mean, alligators.
Hell,
good.
Your mom had me trying bugs. So
yeah.
Yeah.
How were those bugs?
Oh, they're crunchy.
Crunchy?
Yeah. Frito-Lay ain't got nothing on a crunchy bug.
Just fill me up a big bowl of them. Sit down for a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it was funny when you or I were chatting back and forth and working on the show topic. You were like, problems with a group, and I went right to groups have problems. And you're like, no. You're like, no, problems when the group gets separated.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Separating the group.
It's kind of funny because it's like, I think, as you try to, if you don't have a family for your group, that you've known forever, as you try to nurture a group together, either a group of friends or extended family, to be part of like hang together during disaster times, you really start thinking about, how do people react and stuff. And that's the avenue I thought you were going down. I'm like, okay, well, let's get into the psyche of groups, and you're like, no, stupid. We're talking about what happens when you get separated, and how can you work together when you're not together?
How do you work together when you're not together?
Good topic. Good thing to because we all got to think about we all just think about we got cell phones. We're always
we're always connected now.
What
if that goes down?
Yep. What if that happens? What if that?
That's the whole idea.
Changes up, and then how do you get back as a functioning group again?
Yep.
Good topic.
We hooked up walkie-talkies when we were driving out to Texas, so that way we wouldn't have to be on the phones the whole time.
But so we're big on walkie-talkies and stuff, especially because the problem with phones is the further you get from a civilization,
the less they work.
Dependable.
Yep.
And the phones might work right on the major corridors, like the major interstates, but the minute you get off and if there's like an accident and your mapping program tells you to turn at the next exit and go 50 miles off course to get around a big traffic jam, well, then you've got no communication.
Yeah, you're just.
And the other nice thing about the walkie-talkie is you don't have to like dial it, you don't have to answer it. You just have to pick up and push a button. That's it.
Yep,
right?
it just has to be on.
Both parties know what channel to talk on, and you don't get separated further than the distance of the radios that you're using, then you're good to go.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like around here on the property, what if I get hurt? I might not be able to dial the phone, but I could probably key up the mic and babble some crap into
the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think and when you were talking about airsoft, that's a huge force multiplier because if you guys can plan a route around somebody and like ambush them, because you could talk from two different locations and they're not knowing that you're talking and planning.
Yep.
That's a huge advantage.
Big advantage. Communications.
Yep. Or if you get you're about to get jumped by somebody, you can give out your location to the rest of your party so they don't walk into the same trap.
Yep.
I think communications is very important. As well as how, a plan for it, like you were talking about codes and stuff.
Yeah. Because then anyone listening in on a walkie-talkie, if they pick up your walkie-talkie, then they're just getting apple blue shoe.
Yep. Yep, you can do anything. We're going to talk about a book or something.
We're going to talk about a book. We're going to...
if you say, where did I leave the, Changing Earth, or where did I leave the, our favorite mystery book, then that means a different thing. It means I'm going out on rounds, or I'm going to feed the cow or the goat, or, but you might not want to say you're leaving, your little brother in the house alone. You might, want to say I'm going to go sit down and read a chapter, and everybody knows that means that you're going to go on whatever chore or go cut some wood or something.
I think I saw the book sitting on the coffee table. Could be, I'm pretty sure they're over in that valley across the road from base camp.
Yep.
Yep.
And you could have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a fun, like,
it would be so much fun.
Party and plan this out, and then should it ever, and you could practice with it too, because even if you don't have a bad event, you could just once a month say we're going to use our codes, and everybody kind of remember what they are.
Yeah. I get to be Eagle 1.
The eagle has landed. So you're getting excited about the big binge?
I am getting excited about the big binge release. We've worked very hard, and it's coming out so well. It's going to be July 3rd, the big binge release day. Members get free early access. Commercial-free access. Yep, members of the website get free commercial-free access. as of July 3rd. The beginning air date is July 10th for season 2.
Mm-hmm. We're getting excited.
Big
to get
binge
back
date.
Into, I mean, we're in the daydreams of summer right now because we got through the little house in the woods or
little house in the big woods. Yep.
In the big woods, right?
Yep.
And we're waiting to fire up the next season.
We're waiting on the next season.
The audio drama. So it's kind of like, man, pins and needles.
Yep. And Limbo. And season 2 is way better than season 1. Like, I get to hear everything first. We're doing a pretty good job, if I do say so myself.
Listen to you, huh?
Gotta say, we might have to recast Harold next time around, though. That guy. So, what else you got going on, Chin?
Not much. We just had Well, I think it happened just before last show. We had a crazy thunderstorm, blew down some trees, and the wife and I finally got that all cleaned up. Actually, today. So we had like 5 trees blow down on the property. So we were going around chopping them all up and pulling the brush away and getting it all cleared out. We did like the emergency clear out right after the event, but we finally got around to picking up the rest of the logs and stuff.
Yeah, but at least you're getting good green wood for firewood.
Oh, I know. That's what I was saying. I need to get a log splitter so I can just start cutting this up and stacking it, because I just got given some nice trees. They're all hardwood.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. That's like a bunch of oak.
Yeah, no, we still don't have firewood built up.
You're in Texas. You don't need a fire. You don't have no winter.
Our power went out because of a snowstorm our first year. I'm now preparing for everything.
We were talking about putting some solar backup at our house, and I sent an email to this guy who's doing it, and they emailed back, and then we were going back and forth a couple times, and then he finally called me, and I'm like, you won't believe it, but I'm in the middle of a power outage right now. We were without power for 4 hours during the time that he called me, so I was like, yeah, this is why we need to get some backup power. Yeah, yeah. Because then I started getting nervous about the generator, where they'd have to go fire up the gas generator just to keep the freezer from
thawing out.
Because at 3 hours I was getting nervous, and then at 4 hours when it came back on, I was like hooking up the generator. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
it's crazy how some of these trees are coming down. It's a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a heat wave right now in Texas. Last I checked, we were at 101 degrees.
Yeah, you can keep that.
And I'm not having fun with it.
I think I bet we were cracking 100 with that feel like thing that they always like to say. But
yeah,
it was in the below 90s, I think, today. But are you seeing any problems with like electric brownouts?
Not currently, but prolonged we could.
Yeah, I've heard chat about it, but I wasn't sure if you're seeing it yet.
We're not seeing it yet. Hopefully we don't.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause then it's gonna be a lake day.
A lake day. There you go. And there's your plan, right?
And there's my plan. Secondary pivot.
Yeah, because you don't have the pool put up because the dog was gonna.
Because Ragnar would rip right through it.
Yeah, that's right.
He'd try and go swimming too.
Yeah, I can't blame that.
Yeah.
We're out watering the garden today, and the wife was hosing the dog down because she looked hot.
Yeah, we actually just canned a bunch before Mom left.
Yeah.
Getting some good beets.
Yep.
Got a lot of peaches. 14 bags of peaches off of our peach tree.
Wow, nice.
And spent like 7 hours and got through 4 bags of peaches.
Yeah. Sure is easier going to the grocery store, huh?
Yeah, but they taste a lot better, and it'll be...
For sure. Yeah. It's like tomatoes.
Yeah.
I cannot stand store-bought tomatoes.
It's because they put them, it's because they cool them.
Yeah. They taste like nothing.
Yep. Tomatoes have a flavor enzyme in them.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked a fresh tomato today, actually.
Nice.
Went out and checked the garden right before coming in.
Very nice.
Yeah. It's too hot to water yet. That sun would just bake them.
Yeah. Well, we did that just before the show, so the way our terrain is and the trees and stuff, around 5 o'clock, it's you can get away with watering. So
yeah, we don't have much in the way of shade for it except the house.
Yeah.
Wind gets ripping through.
Mm-hmm.
No one else will believe me, but I think that's why our gardens have been having such trouble.
Well, you heard it here first. So when they have to eat crow,
Yep.
we know you were right.
I don't have anything else.
No, I think we did the Changing Earth report, the garden report.
Yep.
The topic of the day.
Yep.
And we don't have any chapters to read this time, so...
What, you mean you didn't complete the 3-page essay I sent you?
Oh, I had an emergency tree removal procedure to do, so no. The dog ate my homework.
Dog ate your homework?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm going with.
Well, I think on that note, this has been Fletcher with the Changing Earth podcast, along here with Chen. And remember, until next time, dream,
survive,
thrive.